Hello guys, Flash Knight here with another show match for the Liga Season 4. Currently, we are seeing two teams go at it. Captains are Sporadic and Nightmare. Teams of these players have also played, I believe, previously in the show matches. I think this is their second show match for both of them.
No, this
So,
this is the first game. Like first game of La Liga season. So this one counts.
oh, this is a counting game. I thought we were still in.
Yeah, this
Oh,
is this is the counting game. This is the counting game.
oh, so stakes are actually real.
This is real, yes. So we got
That
Froggy
was not
Fighters
communicated to
versus
me.
Oh. Yeah, so this game does matter. This is the first match. I believe they're in group 2. I believe so at least. I believe I'm pretty sure. I'm gonna check the battle file real quick. But
But
I'm pretty
nevertheless,
sure. Yeah.
they're in the same group. It
Yep.
doesn't really
Yep. They're in
matter.
the same group.
They're going over to bans. Currently, you have Tupperware Titans taking away Rangers Nunu, along with taking away the Shen from the top lane. Meanwhile, we're seeing Froggy Fighters targeting that bot lane, taking away Nightmares Sever, along with taking away jungle picks like the Nocturne and support picks for Pizza Dog, like that Pike. Champions, I believe he has got a Penta with. He's gone a Penta last season with Pike during a La Liga match, actually. Which, second only Penta, I believe, in La Liga. But, yeah, so
I'm not sure. It was the first Penta um this season at least.
no, we haven't had any games. We haven't show matches don't count.
Oh,
They don't count for
I
stats.
guess if they don't count.
But nevertheless, I think the important thing to see is what are they playing in the bot lane matchup, and the Jinx getting first picked here really shows that they're planning to play for a hyper carry situation on Spradix. They really like to play around him, drafting champions for him such as
Whoa.
Jinx. This time we're seeing an aggressive take coming out from Turtle though, because Tupperware Titans taking Callista Glass. That is a very aggressive bot lane. For example, if Jinx gets hit by one of Glass's abilities that CCs her, then Callista can just get chain multiple autos. She can close the distance. She can also use her ultimate. Karma for Baruto. We saw them beat a Bel'Veth last time on it. Our jungler Timmy wasn't too happy about that, too many, but I think so far the bot lane is like the scaling matchup versus the we want to fight and put all on the line prior to level 6, so very different
Yeah.
dualities in the bot lane. But what do you think is going to go for the rest of the team? I mean, they still have picks and bans left, seeing the Ahri come in, but what are they going to match mid here extra? Like,
So
what do they do?
here I would probably yes match mid because you have a counter pick. The other thing you could do is you could pick top lane and just ban out top laners, but I would probably pick mid here. Just because you already know who their mid laner is going to be, give that counter pick. It's going to be hovering the Victor. I actually kind of like Victor here. You have more of a scaling. You have more of a scaling part of your team now. You have your bot lane who's really aggressive, and then if for some reason something doesn't work out, you have your Victor to lean back on if something does happen. So not a terrible pick. Next pick I would assume would be jungle or red side, and they're already
I
banning out
think
junglers.
Yeah, I think they're definitely going for the jungle pick coming out from Tupperware Titans. You want to save, statistically, it's most likely going to be the top lane as the 5th pick on R5. That's just the most common thing that teams do while on red side is they take their top laner as their counter pick. They basically have a guaranteed counter. They can see the full team comp. I think the most important thing about the Ahri Victor matchup is the fact that Ahri, prior to Victor finishing an evolution of his E, the laser beam, he will not be able to match Ahri's shove if she just decides to shove in wave after wave after wave, which could give Jinx Karma the ability to walk up the dragons. Because if you have Ahri roaming down and Jinx Karma also shoving away, and well, even if you have an aggressive bot lane like Callista Glass, they can't really win a 3v4 without, like, they need Victor there, even if they have a jungler. So it'll be interesting to see if they're able to take a dragon. An early dragon gets them more scaling time, so I'd love to see that. But you just don't know. Like, you just don't know how they're going to play the mid matchup. He could be trying to play safe or aggressive.
Right, and we got the last three bands coming out. J4 coming out for Tupperware Titans, Yorick and Poppy coming out for Froggy Fighters, and Wukong is going to be picked up. Now this could go top, but it's normally been jungle in recent patches and meta, so I would assume that's jungle being piloted by Steak Monday Baby. So we'll see how he plays on that because I believe he's a new player as well to the league. So welcome to the league.
Yeah,
Now
no, I think
here I'm probably pick jungle here as well, and then blind
yeah, I
top.
think I mean, you picking your jungler and your top laner. It
Juani.
is Sejuani, solid pick. It gives CC, gives an option for lockdown along as like scales pretty good as a tank. Topside, I think the Wukong, like you said, is going jungle 100%. The real question here is with the option of that top laner available, who are they going to pick? You know your opponent's playing Sejuani, so
Ooh,
oh,
Aatrox.
it's
I was
actually
gonna
going to be a
say
Sejuani jungle
that's what I was
pushing the
about to say. Is
Aatrox.
Sejuani top is very popular and very good right now, in my opinion. But Aatrox coming out for pushing LP. He has been playing it in recent, I believe in recent solo queue. So we're gonna see him pull out the Aatrox. It does do very well late game.
Well,
As long as you have some sort of lead.
the thing about Aatrox is he does really well because of his raw healing, and the current build
Whoa.
sees him go lethality. So he gets a lot of damage, which allows him to heal a lot because he's kind of like Nasus. He's got like a base amount of healing in his kit. So it's going to be a lot. The thing to note, though, he's playing to Kled. Kled is a champion who has basically a Grievous Wound built into his kit, which allows him to do a lot. I don't know the specific matchup, but from what I've seen in terms of win rates, Aatrox is favored here. But Kled does allow them to have a engage and movement speed buff to just run into Froggy fighters. Like their entire team can just speed in with Kled being engaged. So right now, Tupperware Titans draft just look really team fight focused. Like I feel like if they are together and they're even, they can win team fights just through like the raw numbers and the fact that they're able to just get on top of a player really easily. Froggy Fighters, though, if it gets to late, if it starts climbing up to 3-4 items, that Jinx is starting to get real scary, and Sejuani can be a initiator for the team. And Aatrox, yes, he has all the damage, he can be very explosive when ahead, but everyone else in their team is relatively safe. They have mobility, a lot of mobility, a lot of tools to get away, to engage, to do anything that they need. Karma with massive shields. So honestly, this is how I see this draft, and you can tell me if you agree, X-Ray. Tupperware
Yeah.
Titans got control for the first 15 to 20 minutes of the game, unless they lose solo.
All right, welcome back, and we are in game. So a couple different things got looking at. So it looks like it's a traditional start for everyone. Just five point everywhere. Looks pretty normal. Nothing too eccentric. Some important things though. Summoner spells. Pushing OP does not have TP. He has Ignite, so he's looking to kill this guy, kill Kled on repeat. The other thing is, um, blah, blah, blah.
Nightmare.
Cleanse. Yeah, cleanse.
Cleanse is an interesting choice this game. I think it's mostly because of the charm and Sejuani are, but I think this actually weakens her laning phase fighting capabilities because in
Hmm.
most cases, Karma's root is not going to be enough of an issue where it's going to actually how should I word this? It's going to like make or break the fight, or her W. Her root isn't going to make or break the fight.
Hmm.
Because if you do cleanse it, it's only the stun. She still gets the ability off. You can't cleanse when it's connected to you because it's on a CC. You're not
Right.
rooted or stunned. So she'll still get the health. The only thing it'll stop is Callista from moving around. And Callista's auto attack speed.
This is a level one cheese about to come in.
Ooh, Leto.
Here we go.
One Chi that's gonna go out. Spradex takes some good damage. He bobs the exhaust instantly. The cleanse will cleanse the exhaust actually, but Nightmare fails to go over the
Whoa.
wall. Most importantly is Callista can actually jump over the walls here. She's trying to go for Spradex. Spradex does not have the E, but Ranger is here. He could go for a flash, but no, he's gonna walk. And Spradex gonna see the ward cleared. CS will be dropped, potions as well. But pushing
Yes.
LP is already looking advantageous in the top lane.
Yeah, that's pretty important. So cleanse used. by Nightmare, and the exhaust used for Sporadic. Now, Sporadic, using the exhaust level once, I mean, he had to use it in order to survive, but now he's extremely low health, doesn't have any pots, and he's kind of just losing farm at this point. Nothing much to do, gonna get pushed in. Honestly, I would not be surprised if Red Side gets a free back cheese, or
You should shove this into a base.
cheater recall, that's what it's called.
Yeah, I don't think you can't cheater this. The wave isn't big enough.
Yeah, fortunately.
But you can. Okay, after the first blood, he's gonna use the E and the Q follow up. You're just gonna auto attack cancel. And meanwhile, on the top side, Archery just not looking good in these trades. He's down by 8 CS. Meanwhile, we're gonna see a mid lane. He can't go for a flash being burned very early on. Meanwhile, it's gonna try to go forward. His Ranger does show up. He is gonna be there to protect his mid laner, but that's gonna be a lot of summoner spells blown and a gold lead of 600. Instantly over for the likes of Titans.
I saw Beartall on my screen a second ago, and now he's just gone. That was a crazy play coming out from Nightmare and Pizza Dog. Good combo.
Oh, that's gonna be some damage. That's gonna be a tower shot.
Ooh.
Importantly enough, Beartall is now at full HP, and they didn't reset. So the gold that they get from that kill doesn't mean anything until you base. Doesn't matter how many kills you get until you cash in the check, because if you just have it in your pocket, it doesn't give you any stats. There's no item that gets additional effects from having gold. So we'll just have to wait. And Pizza Dog trying to get that plate will only pick it up from himself, actually. Nightmare will not be part of that.
Right. Yeah, this is a pretty good back for Nightmare. He's gonna complete his the full boots by pot. Pretty standard. Sporadic though, he doesn't really have anything. He's got 600 gold maximum, so he's gonna be buying a longsword, and he is very
I honestly personally think
doesn't have gold.
pick up boots there. Longsword not gonna make the difference. Get boots. Boots is just gonna be more helpful in this matchup.
I would agree.
She already has a dash. She might argue like, oh, she already has a dash, so I need the damage to just like auto win. Not gonna happen. Oh, meanwhile, we're gonna see Diff going for an EG flash. This Ranger falls out. That's gonna be the stun. It's gonna be the auto attack. It's gonna be the electrocute for the kill. Picking it up for the Ahri. She's looking quite strong. Has the CS lead now, and the lane will shove. TP will have to be burned if he wants to get back and catch the wave. And Important Dragon is up. It's gonna be 10 seconds, but Wukong taking a base, and so is Sejuani. So this is anyone's objective.
Yeah, it was really well played by Ranger. If we could look at the top side, well, it's gone now. But Victor actually had a ward, kind of in the red, kind of in the river. But Ranger avoided it. He's down here.
Oh, this is insane. That's the CC. That's a kill into him. He's going to cash out, but he's not going to be able to kill anyone in that time. They're going to follow up the Pizza Dog. Some autos are going down. He's going to pop the Excites. They're going to get the autos. He tries to go for some CC follow-up. That's going to be another kill for Ahri. Picking up 2-1, 100% KPA for her team, and just they're going to secure this first dragon. The wave will get shoved in, but Wukong just not going to be able to be there in time as Sejuani starts this up. She does not have empowered smite, so no 900. Both of them are on the same level of smite, if not Wukong going to be able to get his up faster, but the top lane situation not looking good either. Currently we're seeing pushing LP shove the wave back, but Archery, he can barely get CS without trading his HP.
Right, and this is actually pretty good.
Oh no, Beartall, no! He dies!
Honestly,
he's stuck in the pit.
I really like that play coming out from Fleas. With the rotate bra, because I looked mid lane and she actually didn't even lose much from that play.
A wave. That's totally fine.
He lost a wave, but she also got a kill and got Sporadic a kill, which kind of got him back in the game here. So it's pretty solid coming out for Fleas, playing around the map. She is coming back into mid lane, not a cannon wave, but that's okay. Totally playable. Victor is kind of getting a little stacks now. He has about 80 stacks, so he's only about 20 away from the E upgrade. But honestly, I'm
away without any kills or assists is going to be kind of difficult.
He does have one assist, so he is in a good spot.
He's closer, but he's still. Oh my God, what is Archery doing? He's trying to fight the enemy Aatrox while he's in the mini Kled form. It's like playing Mini Gnar. into an actual top laner, and he just takes so much damage. Well, as soon as this guy builds the the lethality items, it's just gonna be even worse.
Yeah, pushing OP is kind of dominating this lane, pretty handily. So well played by him. Archery though is I see. I don't really like this. Like I like the Kled. I like the idea of it. I just don't think it's gonna do much. Archery's up here. Honestly, not a bad play.
Mikey likes the Kled though. Mikey likes the Kled.
He does. He does like that. That is my boy. But I think he knows how to play it better than Archery. I mean, Archery's looking a little scared right now, but that's just me. We all have our opinions.
Ooh, a ward gonna get cleared out, but the thing is, they now know exactly where Wukong is. He's quite low. Ranger going for a level 6 invade. Aatrox shows up mid there. The Charm will miss though. The ult will go over the wall. Slow him, he'll just die. He's getting ganked by 3 members the top side of the map. Just want this Victor dead. He's gonna fall on some CS. We'll put him in a deficit even more so, but that makes it a wave that he loses. He doesn't get stacks. He loses a plate. He loses gold. He'll lose a lot. And his team, they can't even capitalize the punish off the fact that 3 members. All Kled can do is shove the wave and take a base.
Yeah, honestly, I actually kind of like this play. Now we're trading that wave earlier that we were talking about from that roam on Ahri. But the key thing to note there is Buckodiv somehow dodged an Ahri charm and a Sejuani ult. Don't know how.
He's just that good.
You know, he's just that good. But he unfortunately still does, and we're gonna get a fight mid lane.
Sporadic takes 2 turret shots. That will put his HP. Directed Cam is just trolling me very hard. I'm looking at bot lane. Meanwhile, Flash is getting burned mid.
Yeah, Splu's gonna have to use Flash there. I mean, that's okay.
Nightmare wants to ult him in. We're gonna see it happen, but the slow's gonna come out. The Flash can't get burned. He can't see the CC. That is no ultimate from Pizza Dog. That's the most important thing, is he cannot look for his own engage. Wukong is here, but the control board provides a lot of security along with the other ward that's getting clear. They know where he is. They have an ultimate from Jinx, but it's not executable range at the moment. He just won't be able to do anything with it.
Right, and that's the thing is Jinx.
Okay, trade going on the top side. Archery. I don't think Archery wins that. He just doesn't have any, like, his heal cuts don't apply for long enough in these fights to stop the healing. Oh no.
And that's the thing though, is he has to actually fully proc his Q in order for him to get that healing reduction. And Pushing LP has been playing it very well and breaking it almost constantly. I think he's hit a couple of them, but it doesn't matter because Pushing LP or Archery doesn't do anything to like try to prolong the fight.
Yeah, the thing is, Pushing LP has a CS lead of a 40, the highest we've seen in the game, and he's just doing a great job. Like, Archery is fighting him here, but because this, Archery loses out on CS. He lost the cannon weight, so like he's gonna also go into mini Kled, and Skarl is gone. He just has to sit there under tower, drop more and more farm, and because he doesn't want to burn Flash, he doesn't want to die.
Right.
Ranger, he goes in. He's gonna miss the ultimate. That's gonna be the CC. The ultimate comes down. The wave is actually gonna buy them some time. The CC, the flashes. He does not have the ult to save them though. He will get hit. The ultimate will be dropped. He will try to get the kill. It will not be enough, and he's so close. The bailout was just not gonna be there. He doesn't do enough damage to the likes of Sejuani, who's quite tanky with the only mythic completion in the game.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Like Sejuani already has the full mythic finished. First person in the game, so well done by Ranger. The Force is definitely helping him out here. Well, he also didn't buy boots, so that's partially why he got so early. Meanwhile, Wukong is definitely farming topside of Sejuani's camps, but nothing really else is gonna happen here. The Rift Herald is not up yet.
No, Pushing LP, he takes the fight, he pops the ultimate, and he's looking for the Conqueror's proc, but he ends the fight early, actually.
Anya's coming topside, so they could try to relook, but it's kind of sketchy. Pushing LP does have R.
Oh, that's going to be the knockup, that's going to be the follow. They're trying to make sure they can keep the cube. That's going to be the flash coming out, Pushing LP. Going to be alive. He's going to try to get some healing. That's going to be a 550 gold shutdown getting picked up for the likes of Kled. And with this wave, it's in a great spot. It looks like they're going to shove it in because it doesn't have teleport, but we called it. We saw it. We saw the gank, and now a gold swing.
Yeah, that's pretty big for Kled. Kind of helping him get back in the lane, but he is still at a farm deficit, so it is going to be a little hard. So hopefully he can do something with it, but I don't think he's going to be able to do much right now because if we look at the items, Aatrox has got that Eclipse now and complete boots, so it's going to be pretty hard.
Dog, they're going in, forcing the ultimate from him. Meanwhile, he's going to dodge everything. And this is the power of Kalista. Oh, Pizza Dog just literally
That's
it's
how it works?
bailout. That's how it
Wait,
works.
Okay.
So the thing about Kalista R is she literally can pull you at any point, even during stopwatch.
Interesting. I did not think he.
It literally just puts her Osworn into like stasis, and draws them to themselves, and then the other can click to launch themselves out.
Huh, interesting.
Meanwhile, Pizza Dog
does have to complete the Kraken Slayer here.
Meanwhile, top lane, the fact that the Eclipse gets procced and he's a tank Kled makes this quite difficult. Sporadic, though, can do some serious damage as Ranger shows up. He doesn't have the flash, he doesn't have any way to get out. The bailout is dropped on him. He's trying to get himself bailed out. He doesn't do any damage to the likes of Ranger, though, on the fact that he doesn't have an item, and this is what I was worried about. Kalista is very strong in her laning phase, but she needs a gold advantage to be able to do things on the map. And that's something that Kalista really struggles with. And that's why we haven't seen her played in competitive in a long time. Oh, looks like we're going to see Archery as the fight go down. He's going to pop the Scarlet. He's going to use the Q to get over the wall. Meanwhile, he's going to fall, forcing the flash. He's just going to be able to get away, but that's a flash cooldown burn. That's a red buff given. What else can they give? Everything is just it's getting taken.
Yeah.
Oh, that's gonna be the smite active secure. He's actually able to smite it. Meanwhile, Bucko Diff, Sporadic is taking some serious damage here, but they can ult. That's the thing, is that's gonna be a Wukong ult. It's gonna get two of them. Ranger's in the middle of it. He's gonna see Barisol fall. Never mind, Barisol barely saves him. Why? The bailout is not enough. It will not save him. Meanwhile, the likes of Ranger, he will fall. That will be a bounty given up. Meanwhile, the top lane, we're gonna see Kled secured as Ranger tries to use the Nightmare tries to use the blue buff to get closer, but he's going to make sure Bucko Diff picks that up. Bucko Diff, though, having a CS advantage and finishing an item. Interestingly enough, he picks up the Ludens, which gives him a lot more wave power and shoving and like Magic Pen compared to the likes of Lissandre's or Everfrost, but he doesn't get like the max health burn that Lissandre's would give into Sejuani, or even the Aatrox. So I think that the item pick is pretty good. It allows him to shove waves really fast, but there is the downside that he needs to build a lot of just raw AP power, and we're going to see they're trying to go for a fight here. They're trying to follow it up. That's going to be the flash, the ultimate. Surprised he didn't use the ultimate first rather than the flash. I don't think the flash was necessary.
Yeah, I think that's a little misplayed, but meanwhile, while that fight was happening, Pushing LP did get a solo kill onto Archery. So, well done by him, pushing his, or furthering his lead. Ranger is up top lane. Let's see what happens.
The thing to note, though, is Kalista basically has a dash, like an auto, so like basically she can auto dash Q dash, which gives her about a flash distance, but it's not as fast. But still, it's quite a gap close, and also with Pizza Dog is a great support. He knows how to play Renata, so he's able to give him the space, and using the Q to stun him up, it's going to be good. But the transition of this game to the top side, they don't have TP champions, so they're trading their dragon potentially for a top lane turret. Like, as soon as they get top, they have to run the drag.
Actually, I actually kind of like this play. I actually don't think giving drag here is actually pretty okay. Because you just put full on pressure top lane. Because now you have 3 people responding, and you have your full team up here. So, or sorry, you have 4 of the 5. So no matter what, it's already gonna be a losing fight coming out for red side.
Pizza Dog's gonna get CC up here, but that's the other thing is they can't really secure the they can get one. Pizza Dog trying to run away, he's gonna use him out, and the ultimate connects. That's gonna be them fighting each other, but Pizza Dog will fall. The auto attack to bail out. Will be trying to use some additional damage. They will get the charge off, and actually this could be a game-ending play right here. The dragon might cost him everything. The Herald is still alive. It's just gonna keep crashing. Shelly has one more. Will we see a dancing Shelly? There's no way. 17 minutes? This is gonna be a record. Oh my god, it's a low Liga record. Never mind, it falls. There's no way. There's no way this fight they win this. That's gonna be one. That's gonna be exciting on Jinx in a second. No, she's actually gonna survive. The trap will go down. Sporadic still in it. Nightmare shows up. The wave will be here, and that will buy them some time. They do get the dragon, but they lose a lot top. And I think your analysis of the top lane play is good, but from my personal opinion, I do think if you get that third dragon, you put them on soul point, and an Inferno soul point with a Jinx is basically like incredible. It's like having a free enhanced auto attack. Your rockets now just explode for so much damage.
But yeah, what did they get there? So they get red side gets dragon, but if we look at the top side, they got 1, 2, 3, 4 towers and an inhibitor. Meanwhile, bot side Fleas was getting the bot side tower and almost killed the inhib tower. So they got 5 towers and an inhibitor for what? 1 dragon and nothing else. That was it. And meanwhile,
they honestly could have probably got 2 turrets if Sejuani just walked up and tanked the tower, so Shelly didn't get targeted. Honestly. Oh, yeah, Bucko Diff, he goes for it. He's gonna get the stun. That's gonna be a lot of damage. The damage will not follow up. He's used this as E though. The ultimate does explode, but it's not gonna be enough damage. She does not have the critical strike, but the level difference is really showing up here. They got about 8,000 gold lead. So far, this is honestly one of the cleanest league games I've seen in a long time in terms of objective and macro. They're just like playing as a team. They're pushing in. They're taking the objective. They're getting the waves. Meanwhile, Titans, they just can't do anything.
Yeah, they seem a little like uncoordinated right now.
They seem lost.
Yeah, I'd say something like that. I think the only like part of their team that's like seems kind of like together right now is, I would say their bot lane is more connected than the rest of the team right now. But right now it's not looking too good. They have to look for some miracle play to where they can win the fight, get Baron, and try to make something else happen after that. But right now, it is not looking like anything else is gonna happen. Everyone's got mythics now. Pretty standard items overall. Nothing really else has happened. I think blue side is just gonna play for this Baron unless.
Oh, Pete the dog, the ultimate will save him. But Bucko Diff, he tries to get win, but that's gonna be the ultimate to re-engage. He gets his W though. He flashes into the rocket anyway. Oh no. But he tries to go for something here. That's gonna be actually no, he's gonna die, he's gonna get shut down. The ultimate is dropped from Sejuani, but this is massive. They do have the wave pushing in, they're gonna turn their eyes towards the Baron, but honestly, Flea is just over pushing that. He did not need to go for that play. They need to secure Baron. They push out bot, they push out mid, and it's just game. But instead, they lose a member and they allow Wukong to potentially go over and steal.
Yeah, this is going.
He's on ward. Oh, he's got to go in now. He's got to go in now. He's walking a long way around. What is he doing? He sails a bell.
Oh,
there's no way. What?
Oh my god. Oh my god.
He just flashed it.
No way.
Steak Monday, baby. Pulls it off. He pulls the miracle. He keeps it in. One more. He's like, guys, I'll get us one more objective. I'll give us one more chance to win this game. He gives them the hope that they need. That is a morale boost and a half. He will be alive for this next objective. And he's going to show, that was a 50-50 smite chance, and he just won it.
Yo, Rangers definitely going down on the power rankings after this one. This is
I think the fact is they needed to slow down the clear to allow Aatrox to deal damage to him. That's my personal opinion.
I actually kind of agree with that.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so like I kind of agree because like if Aatrox kills Wukong there, or any flashes or Wukong flashes over, he's like, oh, this Baron is still at 2,000 health. What do I do now? But the next big objective is Dragon. Now, red side does have Baron, but they gotta find a way to use it.
Flea has such great positioning. This could be massive.
This could be pretty big for
Monday,
Red
Monday
if they
has the
decide to
advantage. They have Baron buff. They also can afford to give it and just get objective bounties. And that's looking like what they're going to do. They're going to take a tower, they're going to give it, and force the enemy to walk into mid. They're going to get it, and they're just going to run.
They should just run here. Stake Monday, though, is gonna.
Oh no!
Oh, okay. He dodges
no!
it.
Kled!
Oh
You
no!
have to ult!
Archery.
You have to ult Kled! No,
Yeah.
Kled! Kled, you have to ult! No!
That is really bad.
Did
Really
Kled
late.
only ult towards enemies?
No,
he can ult to an area. He could have ulted out.
No, he can only ult when he is on Scarl.
I know, but he could have ulted when as soon as he got in there.
Oh, yeah, he could have, but it's so yeah. Archery,
This is not looking good. They might have Baron, but
I don't think
he's a dog. Looks for the play. He's gonna get pushing LP, but that's the thing is the ultimate's gonna have to come down. That's gonna be some massive ones. Meanwhile, pushing LP's in the backside trying to take out Nightmare. Nightmare will actually secure the kill. They're looking for something. The ultimate will come down. He will flash it out of the way. They're gonna take the inhibitor, trailing 2 for 1. The respawn timers are up. He's gonna show up here. He's gonna get the CC. They're gonna try to look for the burst. He's gonna get a great stopwatch as Bucko Diff stays alive just a minute longer. Meanwhile, Nightmare trying to focus out the enemy. 1v1. No, it's a 3v1 as Nightmare can't stay alive at all, and he's just gonna see another kill coming out as they're gonna turn their eyes onto the enemy top laner. He's gonna try to fall. He will get CC'd up. He will die in front of his own Nexus as he watched crumbles before his very eyes. As they just no minions, but they could be able to do this. They have enough tankiness. The minion wave is on its way. The only member is Renata, but she cannot save that turret.
It's a dog.
There's nothing that she
and a
can
dream.
do. It is. He has a dream, but it's falling. It's under 2,000 HP. It's falling to the
Wait.
last 1,000, and it's just over.
never mind. And yeah, well played by Froggy Fighters. I said this off camera or off like
Hey
stream,
guys,
but
Flash Knight here with Game 2 between Tupperware Titans and Froggy Fighters. The most important thing about Game 1, Titans drafted a competitive bot lane, a very aggro bot lane, looking for kills and did not see them. Ended up, not them specifically, but Team as Collective ended up losing that first game quite quickly, about 24 minutes. And they're going to be taking the blue side here in game number 2 against the Froggy Fighters, who had a very strong 19-6 score, very dominant in that first game. Almost ended the game at 15 minutes if it wasn't for the fact that Shelly died on the turret, on the second Nexus turret. So it could have been a very close game.
yeah, I agree. I really like Froggy Fighters in that game. They were playing together a lot. And just had really good teamwork overall. Tupperware Titans though did not seem like a really good team at the time, but I'm really interested to see in this game. Hopefully they can mesh better together. Maybe the first game was just stage fright, gotta get the jitters out for one game, but now they're gonna ready to destroy this next game. So let's hope that goes how it goes, and I'm excited to get into draft as we're draft link is. The draft link isn't working right now, so we might have to find a new draft.
The important thing to keep in mind is the fact that Anar Archery is new to La Liga, but he's also playing in a matchup that is not very favorable to him. So he probably has a lot of nervousness, a lot of stage fright. I think that can be said for most of the new players of the league. So a lot of mistakes do come from that. And a lot of people aren't used to playing in an environment where, unlike the game, you lose LP, that's your personal loss. When you lose a game in La Liga, you lose as a team, which can affect your team, its ability to for playoffs, can affect your mental as a team and how you interact. So that's the thing to keep in mind is when you lose a ranked game, only you lose LP, you don't really care about those randoms. But when you use this, everyone on your side of the rift experiences that same loss.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, and I mean, I'm just looking at just some rank discrepancy, and honestly, I don't see a real big rank discrepancy besides in that top lane. We have a gold 1 pushing LP versus a silver 4, and I'm pretty sure he was silver 4 recently. I think it was bronze 1 a couple days ago. But congrats to making a silver, but you are in a tougher matchup, so I'd like to see Archery instead of playing that Kled or something, maybe playing more of a tank, being that rock for your team, like a Malphite, or something that can just be frontline tank damage. I would say soft lose lane and play something that can be
Yeah,
stronger
an
like me.
engaged tank. Something that
Yeah,
has an ultimate
engage
that can
tank.
just like change a team fight. Malphite, Ornn, other champions could also include Cho'Gath or potentially even Maokai if you learn how to play. Maokai is kind of like a not as common pick. I know it's kind of out there, but it is
Yeah,
always an option if it comes to it.
but yeah, and we are going straight into Jab. Tupperware Titans man out that Nunu and Shen, two bans that we saw from last game. Froggy Fighters banned that Pike and Sivir, same as last game. So I'm kind of interested to see. I kind of think Tupperware Titans, they either need to ban the Jinx, I think, or pick it. And honestly, but they're just gonna ban the Tark. So
Same
three,
band so far.
yeah, same three bans. Froggy Fighters, are they going to? I would assume they would do the same three bans. Nothing. It seemed to work for them. I would assume so. Maybe they won't.
Well, I think
Maybe.
this can take this opportunity to think about what is going to be the mid matchup this game, because Ari Victor really saw Ari taking advantage of her early pushing power to just push out Victor on a lot of those waves.
Whoa.
And oh, this time the Nocturne was not
Doctor.
banned, and he will be picked up first pick. Nocturne first pick is a very, very aggressive pick that can be punished if they're willing to put players on champions. But the thing is, the champions that counter Nocturne, not everyone is familiar with.
Yeah, so I'm wondering if Tupperware Titans are going to go with like some sort of like dive comp, like with a Galley or something
Oh,
mid.
Zillion. Zillion
Ooh,
is
that's
so
a
good into Nocturne.
this is really big because Zillion, if Nocturne goes in and someone is and he's about to kill someone, Zillion stars them and like it was like they never died. Zillion is
Yeah,
super great here. Trundle being picked up, so this could go top, but theoretically it's probably gonna go in that jungle, being piloted by Ranger. So I'm excited to see this.
I
Now the
think
question
Trundle is
is,
an incredible pick.
mhm, I'm interested to see um where it will go because I've seen Push LP pilot the Trundle top before, so I'm interested to see that Seraphine. Now, is that going to be a Seraphine bot, Seraphine support, or Seraphine mid? Honestly, like it. Maybe we'll see a Senna, but honestly, I kind of want to see this being played mid by Bucko Diff. I know he can play that pretty comfortably. More of like a supportive style mid laner, not looking to really carry. More of a style. Got a crazy R like to see Anna Vane being picked up. So going to scale this game, Nightmare, not going for the traditional god or sorry,
You gotta put
take
this
a total
Trundle
of
into
his
the
side.
jungle.
Yeah, going in a totally different direction from last game. Gotta commit to this fight. To I'm gonna scale. So if this Vane gets like 3 items, this is gonna be a scary Vane. And
Oh, I
Kai'Sa
don't
being
like the
Kai'Sa.
Kaisa build. I don't like the Kaisa pick.
Ooh.
I'm not a bit. I know Spratic can play Kaisa. The reason I'm not a fan of Kaisa is this: if it is a Zillion support, if it is, it could be Zillion mid. Kaisa doesn't really synergize very well with Zillion, just because Zillion's CC with his double bomb cast is not consistent. If that is a Seraphine Vayne bot or a Vayne with another support, most cases Kaisa Zillion will not be winning those fights, just because Kaisa really benefits from those additional stacks that CC supports give her to be able to get more damage. Because if you run the numbers, if you get 2 stacks on a champion like Nautilus and Kaisa pops an auto into her W, her damage went from being like, oh, in the course of 5 to 8 seconds, I'm doing about 500 damage to 800 damage. No, I'm doing like 5 to 800 damage in like 3 seconds now. Like it's a massive change. Like you can really burst someone down with a CC support, but with Zillion, his CC just isn't consistent. And let alone you
Mhm.
don't get a lot of stacks. So
Right.
the thing that I'm most worried about is Nocturne hyper late, not super good into the likes of Trundle. Trundle hyper late.
Oh.
With that, that's a Trundle jungle, but Trundle in the hyper late game is a massive tank that's just gonna pillar people off and get picks, and his team is gonna be able to just blitzcrank hook them now since they've revealed that pick and just eat them alive.
So this is Zillion mid, so I'm interested to see how Fleas is gonna do this. But I want to highlight the bans real quick. We have Atrix and Ari being banned. by the side of Tupperware Titans, and I actually really like these two bands because you got two of the picks that aren't really comfortable with top side or like they're really comfortable on top side and mid. So I like the bands, and then Yorick and Vex being banned out. So now, two really good bands. Morgana can be picked up for Tupperware Titans. Well, I guess I could go in the mid lane, but I would
You could
assume
most likely be in a support
yeah.
position to give Lane that protection from the Blitzcrank hook. The more of the fact about trying to draft that protection like State is Pizza Dog
Oh,
has to have incredibly good reaction time to throw down the Spell Shield and Vayne. And Kennen in the top lane for pushing LP, or sorry, for archery,
yeah.
really creative pick in the sense that it can capitalize on a lot of champions. Unfortunately, Kennen is a champion that if he does fall behind, even more so than Kled, becomes very difficult to play. Kennen is
Yeah.
not very tanky.
Oh,
He's known for his damage, and the likes of Olaf, the speed demon who can pop his ult of Ragnarok to prevent him from getting CC'd, can definitely be a scary one.
I love Froggy Fighters team right now. I just like their team. It just literally it's two people. Well, I
Ooh,
would say
currently we are back with this game. Game number 2 of the Liga, the first real match. And we're starting off with a top lane level 1. All 5 members are going in, trying to shut down, push an LP. They want to make sure that Kennen has a good game, and they're going to walk for it. He's going to get spotted out.
oh
He
no.
will have to flash this. He doesn't. What are you doing? Push an LP. You have to flash the stun. Or
Oh,
pop
okay.
your ghost.
Um.
What was he thinking?
Okay, so this is a circumstance. Um.
He also took shield.
Oh. Honestly, I think the shield is more of him wanting to play safe. I guess safe-ish, quote unquote.
I think he should just take Doran's Blade and just like go for level 6 all in.
Maybe.
Is
But
Kennen Interact that powerful? Am I just like
inter-
hallucinating as an AD carry player?
interesting start though. Um, the cold start from Kennen here. I don't think that's normal. I think you normally start D shield. I think, but I'm not
Ooh.
sure.
Barto is going to see them on the wave. They're not going to have the good position, but Ranger is going to finish his camp first and transition over to his Krugs. The thing about playing champions like Trundle is you actually don't do Krugs and Raptors. And you might be thinking, okay, what are you talking about? Trundle doesn't have AoE damage. He only has on-hit auto attacks that get enhanced by his Q. So what you do is you do your buffs and your Gromp because they're single camps that give you the most XP, and then you look into ganks because your pillar is just so strong early that most players just have to burn flashes, and then you look to pick up. So I think that's a lot of things that could be changed by Ranger's pathing. And he's now gonna fall behind because it takes him so long to clear his top side that we're already seeing Nocturne work onto his chickens or his raptors, and Trundle hasn't even finished 3 camps.
Yeah. Oh, good black shield coming out from the pizza dog though. Good blocking of the hook. Good bind. Nothing really else is gonna happen. But this is really interesting to note.
Ooh,
Whoa, that's a
that's
big
lethal.
W.
That's flash. That's a flash ignite. Like if he gets a flash E ignite, he's dead.
Oh,
just
Bearsoul's
gonna
looking
walk
for it. He's looking for it.
He's going for the E. He gets the Q. That's
Okay.
gonna be an auto attack. That's
Oh.
dead. That's kill. That's kill. Yes, exactly. It's the power of the Kaisa.
Oh.
Oh my god, what are you doing, dude? You have to use more of your abilities, and now Nightmare gets to turn around and look for a double, and he might go for a triple. This is like an Uzi play, dude. What is going on? But meanwhile, Ranger, he shows up. He's going to be able to go for the pillar. He's going to get a great pillar. He's going to flash. He's going to get the auto attack, but Nightmare is actually going to turn around. That's going to be the fear. That's going to be the hook, though. That's going to die, but he's not going to be dead in enough time. And the thing, though, is Bearsoul is actually playing that fight not to where he needs to be. He needs to be just out of auto range and engaged range of dowsing and Nightmare, but at the same time, enough range to hook and support Ranger there. But now we're going to see a CS lead develop. Nocturne is going to have...
I was...
Yeah.
So yeah, like...
But,
Dude, the CS lead is gonna grow so massive in the jungle. He's up by 10 CS. He's up by basically the equivalent to 2 camps. Gonna be picking up his third, and he's got double buff still. So this is pretty big.
Yeah, so looking back at that bot side, never mind. We're gonna
Oh,
we're
and
gonna hold to that.
he's got his Flea. He can get out here. I don't think he's worried about dying. But what's gonna happen is he is now within kill range. So Bucko Diff gonna shove the Wayne and take an instant base. Trundle now has to come mid and save Flea and help him clear this wave. Because if he doesn't do that, Flea doesn't get a base and he's screwed even more so. And now we're seeing actually on the top side a massive wave building up for the likes of Kennen, but importantly enough, he's down in CS and that wave is so big.
Yeah, Vision LP playing the lane pretty well, having that CS lead. Archery could do a little bit better on the CS, but that's okay. But look back at that bot side real quick. The Vayne flashed and stunned the Trundle with his own Pillager. It was kind of insane to watch. I don't know if everyone caught it. It was really well played.
Really good mechanic. He had to do the fight along with Dowsing just eating him right after the follow chain CC him. But I think the thing to also note about that fight was the fact that Trundle actually griefed when he flashed into Q. He flash Q'd Nocturne. He didn't flash Q'd Vayne.
Oh, really? I did not see that.
It's a very small thing, but since they were just like very close on top of each other, he missed.
Yeah, that's pretty important to know, because you probably could have killed the Vayne before anything happened.
Nightmare trying to come up with the dog, has to pop the shield. The most important thing though is the timers on the shield is about double the timer of that hook. So again, he's just gonna go in for an engage. He pops the ignite. That's gonna see Nightmare without the flash. He doesn't have the ghost. The pillar's gonna stop. Meanwhile, Pizza Dog's gonna be the target. He's gonna get bursted down. Sporadic is trying to go for the kill. He's gonna hit the connect the W. Meanwhile, the hook is gonna fall up. They're gonna try to go down onto Nightmare, but Nightmare trading some autos. He does not want to get that stack popped. The plasma building up, but will not be cashed in by Kaisa, and she's now gonna have her second kill up. You would think she's up in gold. She's actually down by 800 still.
Yeah, the Vayne getting the first blood is pretty big, and then getting 2 additional kills in the bot lane is pretty big.
You are not level 6. You cannot be making that play like that. That's going to actually cost him. He's going to end up falling into the likes of Nocturne, and Nocturne cashing in on that level 6 will show up. This is a massive Bucko. Ult engage. Ult through your team. Ult through your team. Ranger's getting ulted. That's going to be a double kill. As Dowsing looks for a triple, he will get the follow-up with the fear. Meanwhile, Nightmare is going to get exhausted. He's going to try to chase down his Vayne, but that's going to see Barcel. Barcel will fall for the triple. Meanwhile, Nightmare, he's trying to go for it. He's going to get the auto. He will get another kill onto Kaisa. 2 for 2. He's 4-1 now, extending his lead, and this is the lead that you wanted to see for the likes of the Titans. They're up in gold across the map, and top lane is the only lane that we see a deficit in.
Yeah, this is... Sorry, go ahead. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, this is insane. And we have a bigger jungle or CS gap in the jungle. 23 CS. That's like 4 camps. Wait, no, that's a lie. 6 camps.
Up by 1,800 gold off those kills. He has not based yet. He needs to clear his red side and instantly base. I know that red camp is up in about 9 seconds, but he needs to just clear that and base like right away.
Yeah, he has 3,600 gold. That's insane.
Yeah, he's sitting on way too much gold.
He's basing,
yes,
right? Okay.
Yes, good
okay.
base, good base.
He's
He bases, he goes back to red, he clears his blue and goes straight for Herald. That's the right play. Meanwhile, we're going to see Trundle. He's going to go for a full clear into bot, and he's either going to have to base to cash in on that gold, or he's going to have to go for a gank. Those are his 2 options, with the fact that he was left up Krugs in the top side.
This is pretty interesting, because from the first game, Tupperware Titans were not like having that in sync. In this game, we're seeing that the team do a 180, and they are way more in sync now. It is seeing this team do a totally 180 is really good for them. So I'm hoping we can see more out of this team throughout this game and throughout the series.
Yeah, I think it's just the fact that they have a lot more powerful ultimates on their team. And also the fact that we're not seeing a scaling hyper carry coming out from Sporadic. He's picking a more early game. He's picking the same thing that we saw Nightmare pick last game. Kaisa, you might be thinking, oh yeah, she's a hyper carry and she can scale, but she actually doesn't scale like other hyper carries. She's a hyper carry that really needs to like just get gold to finish evolutions, which is kind of like Victor. But meanwhile, in the mid lane, we're seeing an engage come down. The hook will not connect, but actually going to be the follow-up from Buckodiff, forcing the ultimate. He will use his own ultimate, Flea, going to try to save themselves, but he gets a good flash, but the ultimate coming up from Seraphine will give him the kill, as Flea has to walk his own body. Sits in front of their turret with no gold. They're down by over 33 CS. What are they going to do?
This is pretty bad for Red side. So honestly, what I'd like for for Froggy Fighters to do is just kind of try to slow down the game to the best of their. They're gonna have to give up some OBJ. They're gonna have to try to. Right now, your strongest lane is that top lane, so maybe this Olaf trying to get him to finishing his mythic, trying to help him somehow get in ahead of this game, because right now you don't really have any like leads. You have bot lane who's is bot lane even ahead? Bot lane's not even ahead. He has
but
leads.
Importantly enough, that's gonna be the flash burn from Archery, and yes, he does burn his flash and he gets out, but the thing is he does not teleport. He has his own ultimate, and Ranger's just in a CS deficit. He doesn't know what to do. His Trundle isn't looking very clean right now. And honestly, this Kennen is just looking a lot better than the Kled last game. He's just playing the range, a top lane carry, just significantly better. They realize that there's no camps for them to tank. Nocturne is just pathing so well. He just is on a clearing spree. But I think something that we missed was the Vayne dying in that fight, giving up a lot of bounty over to Kaisa. Which is going to give Kaisa to fill that gold difference between them a little more, but Dowsing spotted on a ward.
Yeah, honestly, I kind of like this play, but I don't think it's gonna happen. Gonna back does have Herald, but no towers are really low, so I don't think anything can happen. Honestly, wave state's pretty normal. I do want to point out the Seraph going Moonstone instead of an AP item. So I'm interested to see. So this Seraphine's more playing like to support the Vayne or the Nocturne in these fights. So I'm excited to see how Buckodiff is going to play this out.
Oh my god, it's going to be a nasty hook. He's forced to use his hourglass. He gets CC'd. He gets flashed up. It's going to be the auto attack. They're going to secure the kill. Meanwhile, Ranger actually will fall. Support for sword, but looks who's here. Pushing LP. He's going to be pushing his axe into the enemy Nocturne, trying to get his first kill. He has a death. He's been CC'd. The ultimate does connect onto them, but he just runs away. The Ragnarok makes him unkillable as Bertel looks for the Q. He looked for the hook on Blitzcrank. It will not connect, but they secure themselves their first dragon of the game, and they buy themselves some more time.
Yeah, and that was really good. Well played by Red Team. Not losing anyone in that fight. Really well played.
They lost Trundle.
They did lose Trundle.
Trundle did die. He came really early to the fight when Morgana was still alive.
I mean, see, I honestly think it's still okay. They get a drag and they kill 3 people, so pretty good. Nice hook by Bertel to start the fight off. Nightmare did try to pick off the Sporadic, but the whole team was here. Pushing LP walked down from topside to look for the fight. Meanwhile, they're gonna do a little
But the thing to note is, at any point, if Pizza Dog gets hooked again, he doesn't have stopwatch. Yes, he is building to finish stopwatch first. He's very close. But if he gets hooked again in another predicament like what he just happened, he will not be making it out scot-free.
Yeah, it's gonna be
He
interesting.
didn't make it out scot-free last time either. He just died, so it is what it is.
Yep. Something to note though, pushing LP while he was bot side, Kennen Archery got some plates. Meanwhile, this is the fight.
Oh my, that was honestly, if he had Mythic there, he wins those.
That's funny. But yeah, I totally agree. Like if because he just bought his mythic, so I'm pretty sure he had enough on that wave.
But look at the CS difference. He's still up by 700 gold in the top lane.
Yeah, it's a little unfortunate, but honestly, the Red side literally, like I said, is trying to slow down the game, trying to look for leads, trying to find plays that are winnable, doing it and playing it very nicely. So what they need to do now is just try to look for those really important fights. Like nothing's really on the map right now, so just fighting, just some small OBJs, hit some targets on the tower. Otherwise, they aren't really playing it wrong right now, and they
Yeah,
are.
I think the most important thing is for Trundle to keep farming. He needs to finish his item. He needs Divine Sunder for this next team fight. He's going to be able to finish it within the 2 minutes, but he needs not just that. He needs to finish Boots. He needs to get as much resistances, HP as he possibly can, because this next dragon fight is very important for the tempo that his team is going to establish. Yes, they're going in for an invade on this red buff, but unless Berzel hits a Q that snipes a member of the enemy team, it means nothing. He's looking for it. Oh, he gets it! Oh my god, no! That was nutty! Max
What a
range!
hook.
It had flash
What
up, he could
a
have reacted to it.
Look,
But this is
What
what they
a
need. That's
hook.
going to be the first tower of the game. Sorry, the second tower of the game. Falling and red, their objectives, they were a little sloppy at first, but they're really picking it up in this mid game. And I think Sporadic, the team captain, is definitely orchestrating a lot of this.
wow! That hook was insane. Like I said, looking for like those fights that you can win. That you don't even need to win a fight if you just hook someone from max range.
Bartel. Bartel, I think you need to leave. Drop. Oh no, Ranger. And he's gonna get engaged on. He can't be saved. The ultimate will connect. That will be everyone. This is gonna be a team wipe. Oh no, Pushing LP is trying to run away. Meanwhile, the likes of Nightmare on Vayne is just doing Vayne things. She's being Vayne. She gets a triple kill from just running and auto attacking. What is that champion? The Ghost. Just so strong. She's 8-1. She's almost got her second item. It's not even 20 minutes into the game. She will be able to base and just so much attack speed. I'm kind of confused though, in the sense of why I think she just built Zeal and Rage Blade, which I don't think build into the same item. So she kind of like soft caps herself in that regard. But tower will hopefully be picked up on the top side as they rush towards this dragon. 44 seconds, but Hextech Soul gives the map some interesting portals and some interesting shenanigans.
We were just hyping up Froggy Fighters, but then you know what? Tupperware Titans, they were like, nope, we're taking over this game. Crazy Seraphine are hitting onto 3 important people. Hit the Trundle. You hit.
Vayne is CC up. That's not going to be enough though. As Berzel, Bucko Diff is here. He doesn't have the engage. That's going to be going on a Sporadic. He's going to see the flash coming out as dowsing. Forced to also walk away. CC though. Importantly enough though, Bertel can also burn his own CC at any point to get a hook. But no, he's now down for 12 seconds. Blitzcrank is 12 seconds cooldown. So if they just wait for those cooldowns, you play the fight very slow. You wait for the cooldown and you try to connect it. If you connect the cooldown, you go for an exploding kill. Oh, that's gonna be one. That's gonna be the hook into Pizza Dog. Pizza Dog has the hourglass. He will get multiple stuns, but everyone will walk out of it. Meanwhile, we're gonna see Kennen trying to go for the backside. He's trying to go for an ultimate. He gets onto 2 of them. But that's the thing, is everyone is dead. Bucko's the last member of this team, along with the Nocturne staying alive. Is they're just gonna see everyone getting burned down. Look at Pushing LP staying alive. He's gonna get hooked. He's gonna get some damage. They will kill him. They will survive. Every single member of Sporadic's team will be playing that fight so well. They're gonna be playing it better, and they just win. They literally did not lose a single member. It's like that literally meme quote where he's like, "I am better."
I literally was gonna say, like, they used Zillionaire at the start of the fight, but they didn't even need it. Pushing LP
was just too late to the fight, so they're playing a 4v5, and yes, Vayne is fed, but it simply does not matter.
I just want to highlight the Trundle Pillar came in so clutch there, hitting separating Nightmare from literally the rest of the team, getting a free
Yeah,
hook from
that's the
Berto.
power of Trundle, because Trundle just basically forces. It's kind of like Talia's ultimate in the sense that like it can divide parts of the map off, except for Talia's ultimate can't be used as aggressively. Trundle can use his ultimate as, or his E, no, sorry, to just separate members. He can isolate the likes of Nocturne or someone like Morgana, because she's trying to be in the front of their team because they have no actual tank. They have no player just building raw HP damage. We see Nocturne trying to itemize for it, but Trundle, I don't think you're high enough level to look for that fight.
Yeah, Ranger is 2 levels down from Dowsing right now. But, like, ironically, I think Dowsing could almost fight. Ooh, I want to highlight something, actually. I did not notice this till just now. Nocturne has Amethyna chains.
Why?
That
He
is
doesn't need it.
that is a very
Actually,
interesting
that is more of a
item.
late game transition item. He does get 20 CDR, which can be very helpful for him, but the HP doesn't do that much because it only reduces damage from, I believe, one member of the enemy team, and the player it's currently attached to is the AD carry, who, yes, you'd think sporadic ADC does a lot of damage. Trundle and Olaf are also hitting very hard in the AD department. It's not like they're a Kaisa only comp. It is very much split AD, with the only AP source being Flea.
Yeah, I really don't. I really don't like the Amethyna chain spy because I just, like you said, it just doesn't really do anything. It only puts it. You only take reduced damage from one person, and like you said, like literally there's literally like 2 other people that are doing a lot more damage, or not. I should say more. They're doing a lot of damage as well.
That hook was close.
Yeah, it's very interesting. Vayne finishing her second item. Gonna go for
The
that
thing about
Phantom
it is,
Dancer.
currently we're seeing a call with Kaisa approaching that level 11. She will hit it on this next wave, but more so, Kaisa's ultimate actually extends in its range. It's also extends the amount of shield that it gets. So it does, normally it's about a shield is like about 70 to 100 based on AD, but as soon as she levels up, it's just gonna double basically. It's gonna go from not like a starting of 100, and the ratio increases by 45%. So it's a pretty large increase in that shield, which gives her a lot of survivability when everyone is going to be trying to focus her. We saw Nocturne go in on that fight. We'll probably see Kennen go in too. So I will interesting to see, will he even build defensive items to deal with them, or does he just build the raw AD that Kaisa always goes for?
Yeah, I'm still hooked on this Athena chain spy. It's
I don't
weird
see
to
it. I
me.
don't see it.
I
I don't
I
see
just,
the practicality of it. That's just my personal take.
yeah,
I think
I don't see why you buy it. Ooh, big buy though. Vayne just bought a completed Ginsu's, so this is Vayne is very strong now. Has those 3 items. Aisa did also back and get her third Phantom Name. Has that collector as well. So this is
the
pretty
thing
big.
about Vayne here, though, which a lot of people don't really take into account when you're playing champions that take lethal tempo, is yes, their attack speed can surpass that limit, but for the most part, her attack speed is not going to be crazy high until she starts the fight. She's already at like 1.8 attack speed, so until she gets some sort of like good consistent autos to build up the lethal tempo, she's not going to be surpassing that limiter. And she just keeps building more attack speed. I think she's now going to be building defensive items because I simply do not think she needs any more damage. She just needs to stay alive.
Yeah, this is actually a pretty important fight coming up. This is
Ooh.
Dragons coming up.
They're just gonna,
This is
they're
gonna
giving,
be the
no, but they're giving over soul point for towers. And unlike last time, their team bursts these things quite quickly. You are not getting in without a herald. Look, they already started their base. You took one turret and you're gonna try to Baron off that? That's not
Oh,
gonna happen.
I think
You
they
feel
might
like
actually go top side, or they might Death Blitz. But I think going top here and getting those towers is much better.
No.
Ooh, they're Death
No.
Blitching.
Well played. Actually, oh, that's gonna be an ultimate. That's gonna come down. Sporadic's staying alive. That's gonna be a massive ultimate going through. That's gonna be burning on top of them. In the middle of that is pushing LP. Though that's gonna be Nightmare separated from his entire team.
no.
Beartail is actually doing a great job by separating them. He actually splits the fight. As we're now seeing Nightmare trying to stay alive. He is able to, but the pillar not going to be fast enough. He has a double kill. He's looking for it. He can get some auto attacks, and he's trying to turn. Meanwhile, Beartail, he has to hook. He gets the knockup, but his teammate isn't there to help him, and Nightmares gets the triple. I think honestly there, with the way that your team works with Trundle and the Blitzcrank, is you just sit outside of Vayne's range and you wait on your cooldowns and you just like do the walk back and forth outside of the AD carry's attack range. Sprout also did not use exhaust in that team fight.
Yeah, so I honestly don't really like the hook.
But I think the hook is good. I think the hook, keeping him, you saw him, he went in that team fight, he just started melting people afterwards. If you take him out, he simply cannot participate and do damage. Like, that's the thing, is Vayne's DPS is quite high into Trundle, into Blitzcrank, into Olaf, but if you can't auto, you can't burst them down with your passive. And I should say burst because his attack speed is just so high that every 3 auto attacks, Vayne is doing upwards of 12% of their, like, in true damage on their HP, along with just being an ADC that does hundreds of AD on every auto. Meanwhile, we're going to see an instant engagement on them. He pops the ultimate. That will be the exhaust if necessary, but they're not going to burn him. Meanwhile, we're going to see the enemy Darling trying to go for it. He does not have the engage. The ultimate is not enough. Meanwhile, we're going to see the exhaust is still available. He's going to dodge it. He has the ultimate. That's going to be the same team fight, and he's going to end up dying, but Arch, he is here. That's going to be really good. This is going to be a great team fight. They're going to get a triple kill on a Kaisa. Meanwhile, Pizza Dog is in the backside. Though Ragnarok is not available. He will continue to be slowed as they look their eyes on the Baron. And right now, Pizza, in a very tough spot, is dealing with an Olaf who's hungry for blood. And he will be trying to execute himself, but I do think he's going to get hit. But yep. I think Pizza's just dead here.
I think Pizza was trying to stop them.
Trying to go.
Oh,
watch. You got to throw the Q. He dodges it. I think a lot of people don't realize this, and this is why Kaisa actually survived that instance in the fight. You don't have to pick your position out of the portal until the very last moment, and you can see the portal. The portal gives you vision when you click it, so you can click it and then choose as you come closer.
Oh man.
Oh, this fight just flipped. We have a 13 for Kaisa. She's getting AP now to finish that W. He wants to poke people.
Push LP. Did it to my boy Pizza Dog. I feel so bad, but it was so funny. Oh, I feel so bad. Well played by pushing LP by that fight.
They have the advantage though. Oh, dowsing. Dowsing.
Oh.
You can turn this. Your team is there behind you. But the important thing to realize is Dragon Soul is in a minute, but the Baron buff allows them to push lanes with such ease that they can push and walk away. Meanwhile, the enemy has to spend more effort to catch because Olaf is just going to show up there. He's going to throw his Q like 3-4 times and just walk away.
Yeah, Toronto being top side right now, but he is walking down now.
So. Flea to 16. Flea is not close to 16. He will not have it for this fight.
They gotta look for something hot here, which they are trying to.
They're trying to look for it, but look who based. Ocean LP based. But he can come back very quickly. Meanwhile, Flea though, gonna take some serious damage. As much as you can deal as a Morgana support.
Yeah, this is pretty big. This is pretty
big.
This
is a contention fight. If we look at the vision from blue side, it's very dark. You can see just the outlines. They're going to push mid lane. They're going to get the mid prio. But the question is, unlike last time, if you get mid prio, this is looking... Oh, this is not good. They can see highlights of them. All they can see is the fact that Blitzcrank is looking for hooks. Dowsing goes in for Sporadic. He's trying to get away, but instantly he's locked up. He pops the spell shield. He tries to get out, and Ranger using it when the flash comes out. That's gonna be a massive team fight, and that's gonna be Kaisa. Barry surviving. She will end up falling, but look at pushing
He's trying to keep his team something in this game, but Ranger is still alive. He's still going to have to walk away and leave, and that's going to be the ultimate from the Kennen. Will do everything. They could end the game potentially, but the Baron buff staying alive on Ranger will actually give him enough breathing room. And I think the fact that they're so aggressive to start that fight ends up costing them. They have to use the Blitzcrank hook as this warning sign. Basically saying, if you come too close, we will kill you. As Ranger goes to the other side.
They don't have a jungler.
He goes through, but it's not low. Unlike last time, he's not going to see it stealed away, and we're going to see him die, and they take the inhib.
Yeah, him taking the Hex Key is
the Morgana before going in. Kaisa is here though, and she flashes.
Does Kaisa win this?
Yes, no, because he flashed hard. That's massive though. Not because they both burned all their CDs, but it's because of the wave states and the fact that we don't have anything on the map doesn't make it as big. But now she has GA, she's full build. Both of these ADCs are approaching full build, but most importantly is the fact that we're now going to see the Titans not be able to hold waves as well because they don't have an AD carry that can be a threat. And Pizza! No! On Vision, that's another pick! They can take this sibling hit. This is huge! This is gone. This is a good thing of potentially inhib.
I think this could be an inhib. Nightmare is coming up though, so they're gonna have to play it right.
But the thing is, they can hold.
Careful.
Bantel is such a threat.
Oh, that TP coming out. This is
TP. He's trying to get this wave. They want inhib and inhib. Inhib versus inhib allows the lane to evenly balance. Bantel, you need to save your hook. You need to use it as like a ward away from the enemy to prevent them from running in blindly.
Yeah, I
As
agree.
As Queen approaches level 16 and 3 items, he will become increasingly scary. Level 16 will also be picked up for the likes of Sporadic and Flea very soon, as they get closer and closer to... And right now we're seeing full builds come out from multiple people. Sporadic, very close to getting full build. Vayne has already achieved full build, but look, Ranger, he wants to go in on him. That's going to be Sporadic. They show up, they look for the kill. That's going to be the auto attack, the W for the finish. And that's going to be a minute on the Baron and a death timer, which is going to leave a null space of 14 seconds. X-Ray, what do they do here? What can Blue possibly do?
This is... They're going to have to figure out how to pick Sporadic here. Like, there's no other way they can win the fight unless Nightmare can just absolutely demolish their front line. They're going to have to look for a crazy Seraphine ult, maybe a crazy binding. They have to try to look for a sort of team fight.
Everyone should be trying to push mid right now.
Okay,
but it looks like they're not going to the Baron.
I like this Blue. I like the play.
Blue's making a smart decision. Pushing out mid forces the enemy team into a situation where they have to base to match the mid push. But now Infinity Edge is available on Kaisa. Inveg is massive.
This is actually pretty interesting. Red side, they're actually only having Cello solo it, which is pretty important. Ranger.
Yeah, but Cello.
Ooh, okay. This is
Flea.
Okay, she's coming back. She's coming now.
They need to touch the wave.
They're not 5 strong.
Touch the wave and shove it. Shove the wave. Shove the wave. Both teams should be shoving the wave in. They get cryo. This is elementary. When it comes to macro, you shove the wave at this point in the game to force the enemy team to catch the wave, so you set up vision, and you just keep doing that flip. You need to shove in one more wave. Why are you looking for Baron? That wave is not going to be far enough out. They can see you. Look at the vision coming out from Blue.
This is completely visible.
Oh my god, he's dead.
Ooh.
No, they're gonna see the fight coming out from Nocturne. He's gonna try. Oh, the TP. That's gonna be some massive damage coming out as the ultimates will come from both sides. Where's the Kaisa's gonna stay alive a minute longer. She's trying to get some good damage. She's gonna stay alive as Nightmare pops the GA. This is terrible. Arc cannot do anything. Sporadic, no! He pops the own GA. He falls. They're gonna be a kill. This is gonna be everything. They're gonna lose Baron over this. But instead, the team's gonna say, we can end the game. We have the wave. It's building up. It's double. Mega minions. Like, super minions. But this is it. That was a massive team fight, and Vayne is just not able to stay alive compared to the Zillion ulted Kaisa, and she has stopwatch too. And this is a wave, like Dowsing. Dowsing's just gonna get dove. They can't do
Dowsing has a
anything.
dream.
This is game.
Dowsing.
No, the Blitzcrank
that's-
just keeps getting
that's a big
picks and he
game.
knows it. That's game. That's GG. It's a 2-0. And they're starting off with a clean start from Sporadic's team.
Wow. Honestly,
I'm telling you, dude, Trundle is just very good.
Pushing LP. All right, we're gonna get pushing LP in here.
So I think pushing up, he had an incredible performance in game 1. He was a more of like this thing that kept the likes of Seraphine and Kennen away, could also potentially run down Vayne, but he was more of like this champion that keeps the enemy away from his own team. Hello, Push It LP. How does it
Hello,
feel to
hello.
win the first game of the La Liga season? You're the number
Uh,
one team in the league technically right now. Like you
uh,
have the most wins.
what can I
Crazy.
say? Definitely feels good to open the season the way we knew we could, on the right foot, getting a dub. We had a clear strategy going into draft, and I feel like we executed it pretty well. Um, the games went. There were some dicey moments, but the games went in our favor, just like we thought we would.
Right.
Nice.
So something I want to add and just kind of get your thought up on. So the first game, you guys absolutely did stopped. I would say that you guys did played really
Mhm.
well. You guys played as a team, um, and it seemed like the enemy team, in the first game just weren't playing together. But in the second game, you guys, you died, gave first. How what was your thought into like you already losing, first
Right.
blood? So like, what was your thoughts into it?
Right. Well, I mean, First Blood. As soon as I saw the Morgana, I knew if I didn't dodge the Q, I was dead. So I didn't bother blowing anything. But through bot lane and Vayne getting ahead early, which is always really scary. Um, for me, it was just about bouncing waves and being near the team as much as possible for the Nocturne Ultimate. Um, Trying to find an angle somewhere in the almost in the mid game where we think we could fight, we think we were strong. Falling behind early was definitely scary, but we had a pretty decent. I feel like we had a better team comp overall, and you could tell they were dumping everything into Vayne, through their comp. And as long as we were grouped up, Nocturne ult wasn't scary. We just had to make sure to dodge the Seraphine ult, and we knew we could come back. I got a big shutdown onto the Nocturne, and that allowed me to play the game a bit more aggressively and show up to objective fights. And I felt like Kennen wasn't really bouncing waves as much as he could have been, and so that's why I was also comfortable. There were a couple times I showed up to objectives where maybe in another game I thought I couldn't have, but
Right? And I mean, you just played the first game so well. It's hard to mention anything that really happened. I mean, the Aatrox pick was really interesting, but how's the team dynamic going? Like team comms or like, just team morale and
um,
everything like that.
it's awesome. I mean, even when we get behind, we're as soon as something goes bad, we're focusing on, hey, was there any silver lining? What are we trying to do when we're not gray screened? What's our goal? Number one, two, and three that game was kill Vayne. The first game was to play through top a little bit more, and we knew if they showed up at drag, we would like actually almost end the game, which is exactly what happened. Um, there were a few sloppy things in the mid game where we kind of lost focus, and those are things we'll have to touch up on, like losing the Baron, especially. Coin flipping a Baron at that point in the game is really the only way you lose. So those are things we'll have to touch up on. But the camaraderie and everything, even when we're behind, was really strong, and I feel like that alone makes us pretty scary.
Right?
Okay,
And
nice. So I got a couple questions for you as well. How important was objective control for your guys' composition in these two games? Because it seems like you had the majority of the objective participation in the sense that like you guys had more drags, you got more towers, you got like in the first game obviously you were ahead, but in the second game, even when you were behind, you had more
Yeah,
dragons, you had a soul point, like you forced a lot of fights around those objectives.
yeah. What was the soul of that second game? Was it Hextech?
Hex Tech.
Yeah. Um, that's a really scary Drake for Vayne, and I mean just for anybody to get hold of, right? Hextech Drake's really strong, but especially Nocturne, it's reducing his cooldown. It's giving him a slow as soon as he presses R and jumps on somebody. Um, I was willing to sacrifice my tier 1 way earlier than it fell. And just by Kennon's body language, I was confident to show up to those early dragons, early objectives. And even if we were down in gold, which I think we might have been a little bit, having those objectives made us feel confident towards the mid to late game.
Yeah, so nice. Obviously, game one, you're playing Aatrox into the likes of Kled, which is a pretty favorable Aatrox matchup.
Hmm.
Game two, though, you're playing Olaf into Kennen, which isn't as favorable, but Ragnarok is a pretty nice get out of jail free card into Kennen's
Yeah.
stuns and his ultimate. But how important do you think getting ahead in top lane was in that series, or is it more just like nullifying what they were trying to do?
Game one, it was vital. That was game one. That was our strategy. Win through top was an option for us. And if I got ahead early, we could play for a herald. And we saw that dragon was coming up, so we made the call to just send it down top lane. Um, if they want to take dragon, go ahead. We got a nexus tower out of that. So game one, it was vital. Game two, not so much, especially after our blunders mid to bot, where Nocturne got a little bit ahead. Um, I wasn't afraid of Kennen, but as soon as he got hit by one axe, he was usually Eing backwards, and I was willing to just bounce waves, especially when the Nocturne got ahead. Like I said, I didn't want to die to his ult, which I did once. Um, and yeah, just wanted to make sure I was bouncing waves and trying to participate as much as possible because Kennen had TP and I didn't. Yeah,
Nice. Okay, so um, for this last question, I'll ask you to talk about one player from your own team and one player from the other team that you think like did things that are really good or really well that maybe like not everyone saw or is paying attention
sure.
to that might have been like missed in like the direct cam or like going over in the game. Do you think there was someone from your team that like people might have not seen all the time?
Sure. On our team, I was actually really pleasantly surprised with Baratel's performance. But more than his performance, his comms. There were multiple times. Obviously, Sporadic is our shot caller and our captain, and we trust him completely. But there were multiple times where Baratel would point something out or be like, "Hey, our trundle isn't hovering us," or um, X, Y, or Z. Like we need to pay attention to this. And also, he was constantly on the Morgana Black Shield. Like, when is Black Shield down or up? When is it coming up? Um, is his hook down or up? Just constantly calming. Really, really vital abilities. Which is really nice to have some sense of security, especially when Mr. Nightmare Man presses or Nocturne presses ult and everything goes dark. So that was really nice. And on the enemy team, I'm not sure, but whoever made that call to sit right outside the Hex Tech gate on the top side, that was genius. They must have seen us recall, maybe. I don't know. But whoever made that call on the enemy team to kill us right as we came out of the Hex gate, that hasn't really happened to me in solo queue before, and I was really surprised by that. That was a great play from them.
Okay, nice. So
All right.
you're
I
obviously
got
the
one.
only
I
team
got one
that's
more
been
thing
playing.
to say.
Sure.
Okay, go ahead.
I got one more question. So, next week you guys are playing the devs. You have anything to say to the devs?
We're playing the devs. Who's that?
DV4's team. Just
Oh,
Heck.
oh, oh, yeah, yeah. Anything to say about that? I honestly can't remember who is on David's team at all yet. I have taken a look at his champ pool, and I'm really surprised to see how the matchup goes. If it's going to be like a play for topside matchup, or if we're going to see Shen versus Orn, which I doubt, because I'm sure we're both really confident in our ability. So I'm just anxious to play against them. I haven't played against them ever before, so looking forward to that.
All right.
Okay.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much for the interview, and we look forward to seeing you play next week. And good luck.
Thank you guys. I appreciate it.
So with that, X-Ray, obviously we are coming to the end of this stream and this cast, but I'm pretty sure everyone wants to know, when is your game? When do we get to see you on the Rift?
Me on the Rift?
When are you on the Rift? When are you playing?
Ooh, I don't know yet because I'm talking to Cor. But we got some pretty exciting games coming up. Just a reminder, if you guys do reschedule games, please hit the admin team up, me or Steven. The other admins and the stream team know so we can set up for the streams. But yeah, otherwise, just a reminder, on Thursday, we do have power rankings coming at you. Daniel's gonna be there. I'm gonna be there.
How is
A couple other
Daniel
people.
power ranking before games have even happened? It's just off show matches in this one game. He's gonna power rank the entire league.
No.
Holy.
He was gonna power rank no matter what before season, and we just kind of did the show matches.
Oh,
But
we pushed it.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
we're really excited for that. I want to say thank you all for coming. Thank you all for watching. Appreciate it. I'm Chris X-Ray. This has been Flash of Night. Thank you all, and have a good night.